All right, so now our first part is placed. What we're going to do now is add more elements to it. All right, so let's see what we can add more. Okay, so let's say that I want to, yeah, so let's start with this. No, not the handle crank. Let's start with, so let's start with this male yoke, as it's called. And now, so ideally I want to place, so look at this part, it has a shaft, this small shaft. This small shaft needs to go through this hole. So now I have to now define its placement characteristics. And you will see this menu in here and you will see what placement characteristics I want. Now you have two options. You want to select the component item and you want to select the assembly item. So I'm going to start with selecting the component item and I'm going to select one of the sides of the shaft. All right, so I'm going to select this side. All right, so already it selected the component item. All right, so it selected this surface of the component. Now in my assembly I have to define the other item I want to have a relationship with in terms of placement. So if I select this space, now what has happened? So notice that the constraint type has been changes to coincident. All right, so what this means is that the surface that I selected here and in the assembly, so this is the assembly so far, the one in gray. So they are now coinciding. They are now in line with each other. Okay. Now, but the thing is, it's still not there yet quite. All right. So what I want is I want another surface to coincide, and that is this surface here and this surface here. All right, so let me zoom in. So this surface, I want these surfaces to coincide as well, so I'm going to select them again. So it's going to give me a new constraint as soon as I do it. See, so the old constraint was this one, that one we defined, and the new constraint is this one that we are defining. And when I select these two, it gives me an option of distance. How far away from this surface do you want me to be? So it does that automatically, so I have to change it. I want it to be coincident. All right. Acha. Also, one more thing, you will see this checkbox, allow assumptions. Uh, right. You want this to remain unchecked if you want to move your parts. So for now, I'm going to take it and I'm going to show you. All right. I'm going to press OK. And now I have these parts that are now where I want them to be. And what I want to do is I want to move this part. So I can do that by drag components. And if I do that, I select a point and it won't let me. Wait, let me try it again. So if I select this point and I try to drag it, it won't. Okay. But let's edit the definition for our the part that we made. So we're gonna press Control E, go back to placement, and we're going to uncheck this box, and then let's see what happens. So now I'm gonna, yeah, so now it lets me drag this component using a point. So if I want my system to remain dynamic such that I can look at its components, then I want to make sure that I uncheck that box. All right, so in here, press Ctrl E, go to placement, and allow assumption should be unchecked if I want to move things around. So if you have a static drawing, this is not really that important. You can um, check that box and everything will remain in place. But if you have sort of a dynamic drawing, then it's better if you leave that unchecked.